Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and yes, this is our first coffee chat in the new place, and we'll just skip the intro today because you guys already know it. Alright, so there's a lot of questions with people asking me about why I'm doing low carbs the final week, what changes I've made to my diet, what's going on with it, why am I doing that, why would a power lifter do that? Because obviously, as I point out over and over, low carbs, there's nothing special about fat loss for them. It obviously reduces performance. It obviously, in my case, makes me feel like shit. I can barely speak. Even having a regular conversation with people, it takes me 3 to 4 seconds to respond with something I would normally respond with. Very irritable, very angry on the low carbs. It's starting to fade a little bit now after a few days. So why am I doing that? Well, the truth is, the performance loss is completely irrelevant. My last heavy training day was Sunday. You don't keep training hard throughout the week before a powerlifting meet. You let your body rest. You let your nervous system rest. So for me, 7 days out was my last true adaptative workout. It was a workout to where I actually had enough training stimulus that it's going to help me adapt more. My workout yesterday was not adaptative. It was doing singles with weights that I have repped during prep previously. So I've reduced intensity. It was almost no volume. I did like 2 reps of my big 3 lifts. So you're not trying to grow from that, and they were with submaximal weight. So you're not trying to grow. It doesn't matter if you've taken a big performance loss, because what you get out of it and the fact that it costs you nothing, and here's what you get out of it. You take a guy like me. I'm a pretty good sized guy. I hold a lot of water weight. My body is very sensitive to estrogen, very sensitive to aldosterone also in the body, so again, I bloat easily. I hold a lot of water. So for me, cutting carbs, because I normally eat 700 to 800 grams of carbs, I mean, guys, I've lost like 7 kilos of body weight in this meat prep on 800 grams of carbs most days. So by going from 800 grams down to around 70 or 80 grams, I'm shedding massive amounts of water. And the point of that is to improve your Wilks score and to make weight classes. Even if you could make your weight class, let's say that you knew that you were going to come in a 100 kilo weight class and you were going to hit 99.5 on the nose with nothing to drop water. But if you can come in and weigh 94, it's going to improve your Wilks score if you hit the same numbers. Now, guys who do weigh-ins on the same day they compete can't always get away with this, obviously. But when you get into the type of fed I'm in, particularly untested federations tend to do 24-hour weigh-ins, which means we go in and step on the scale and off of it at 10 a.m. on Saturday. The meet starts at 10 a.m. the next day, but my first heavy lift won't even be till like 11. So I have 25 hours to refeed. So by cutting that water and cutting the carbs, I can actually get a super compensation effect because I'll be glycogen depleted. When I refeed carbs and eat 10,000 calories on Saturday, I will weigh more after the refeed than I did before the start of the cut. And it will be pure water weight and it will add performance. So the idea is that not only do you get a better weigh-in, you actually end up weighing more than you should when you actually compete, but you weigh less than you should on the scale, so therefore you end up with a tremendously better Wilks score. And it doesn't matter that you lose performance during a non-training week due to depleted glycogen. So that's the reason I'm doing it. It has nothing to do with fat loss. I won't lose any fat. I might lose a little fat this week, but it's not going to be a full % of body fat or anything. And so the next question that people are asking is, what am I eating? Pretty straightforward. I'm eating a lot of corn products, which are a meat substitute that's easily available here in the UK. I like it. I'm eating some of their sausages, but actually I'm eating mostly vegan sausages because they're lower carb. Like some corn steaks, like corn chicken bites that I just dice up and mix with vegetables. Because those only have something like, in a full kilo, there's only about 8 grams of carbs in that. But there's also like 50 grams of fiber. So I'm really doing an ultra high fiber, low saturated fat ketogenic diet for the final week. And then where am I getting the rest of my calories? I'm eating a lot of almonds and Brazil nuts because, again, you'd be surprised 1,000 calories of almonds ends up only having about 12 grams of carbs in it. Pretty close to, I think, with Brazil nuts. I'd have to check the numbers again. I'm eating a lot of olives, and then I'm eating a lot of veggies. So it's pretty much corn products and meat substitutes, Brazil nuts, almonds, olives, and then lots of mixed vegetables, bell peppers, broccoli, spinach. And I would say I'm not eating any animal products, but the corn has free-range egg whites in it. So that's pretty much what I'm eating to do it. It's not really that difficult for me to hit 3,000-4,000 calories a day while staying under 100 grams of carbs. In fact, it's really easy. And I may have only eaten about 50 grams of carbs yesterday and hit about 3,500 calories. Alright guys, so hopefully that clarifies that I'm doing this purely for a massive water weight drop and then glycogen supercompensation. Yes, it is hurting my performance, but it doesn't matter because my performance this week following the reducing the carbs is non-adaptative. Because again, I trained on Sunday, but I normally train fasted anyways. I just didn't have carbs afterwards like I normally do. So my last real heavy carb feeding was Saturday, and I had about 800 grams of carbs. Trained fasted the next morning and basically haven't refed carbs since. And it's definitely noticeable in the mirror. I can see a tremendous difference in change in water weight. And I might do a shirtless video here in the next day or so, just so that you guys can see how dramatic of a difference in water weight there is. You guys will think I lost 5% body fat, when in fact I haven't lost any body fat. It's just a shift in water balance. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.